Hi guys, I've got a battle against some guy named Dean. I made him on Serebii, and without further ado, let's get this battle started. I tried narrating this battle. This is the second time. When the first time I got through it, I was like 12 minutes through, and then I got a phone call and I had to answer because I got a job interview, and it's more important than Ninetales and Whimsicots, okay? And that's exactly what we start out with. He sends out his Whimsicott, and I start out with my Ninetales, and I get my son off, and he's substitute, and I don't know, and I go for my flamethrower. I'm sorry. I don't. My talking is bad today. Sorry. That even sounded bad too. And his substitute fades, and he gets his leftovers restore, and I believe he's gonna withdraw and send out his Polytoad. Yes, it's exactly what he does, and yeah, he gets his rain up, so it's not safe at all for Ninetales to stay in. Even if my Ninetales does outspeed it, it doesn't, because Ninetales are slow. I go for a flamethrower as he switches in, and it does like nothing. But the Polito doesn't have leftovers, I don't know what it's holding. And I withdraw and I send out my Zoroark. It's actually, he thinks it's a Dawn fan, and he used Ice Beam. He should have used Hydro Pump, but I guess he didn't want to use up all the PP for it. Power points, it's not something else. But yeah, I revealed it's a Zoroark. I go for the Hidden Power Grass, and even as max special attack, Zoroark can't even, like, barely do half with an HP Grass. Yeah, it doesn't even do half. He goes on Ice Beam and knocks the Zoroark out. Like, I'm already down 5-6-5. And yeah, Zoroark's out, and I send out my Ninetales again to get my son up. And now his Hydro Pump's gonna do nothing because my drought is up, and yeah, he's gonna have to withdraw. And as he does, I go for the flamethrower as his Porygon 2 switches in. Yes, I believe that's what I do. And he gets his trace, and it doesn't do anything because every time that Porygon 2 switches in, it's gonna use his trace ability anyway. I go for hidden power, barely do anything because I don't even know what kind of hidden power that is. I should check out after this battle. And he sends out his Polytoad. Yeah, and he gets his rain back up, which sucks. I go for Will-O-Wisp, but I miss because I knew the Polytoad was coming in, and so I have to retreat, switch out, and send out my baby bad time question mark case K. Even though it's a Reuniclus, and I tried to name a baby bad time, but Pokegen was being gay, and I don't know why I did that. And he goes for the Hydro Pump in the rain, and it knocks me like the 102 HP. So I've got like a quarter of what I should have, and that Hydro Pump is super over effective. Well, it's not super effective, it's just way overpowered. And he goes for another one and doesn't miss, and he knocks my Reuniclus out. Reuniclus, however you want to pronounce it. It looks like a fetus to me. They should have called it fetus thingy. And I send out my Ninetales again to get my son back up, and he's going to have to withdraw. Because that's like the only non-stupid thing you could have done right here. And yes, he sends out his Porygon 2 again. Because what I've seen from that thing, it's got really good special defense, even though my special defense on my Ninetales kind of sucks. And yeah, the Porygon Z takes another hit, and he just absorbs it like nothing, so I go for the Will-O-Wisp. And I burn it. Yeah, screw you, Porygon 2. You missed your Toxic. You miss it. You miss your Toxic, because if that Toxic hit, it probably would have lost his battle, which would have sucked. And I wouldn't be uploading it, because that's how I am. I don't have very many subscribers as of yet, and I don't think people want to watch battles of the narrator losing. So I withdraw and send out my Venusaur. And he's going to withdraw and send out his Whimsicott so he can take the Solar Beam. He is smart because he didn't send out his Polytoad to get his rain up, so yeah. Maybe that would have been a better idea, because if he did that, it would have taken time for the Solar Beam to charge up, and he could have just Ice Beamed me and got a crit or something, but nope. He did this, which is equally as annoying, and yeah, he takes the Solar Beam like a boss, gets his leftovers restored, gets his substitute, and yeah, use growth, and he's gonna encore me into that. Encoring people into stat boosting moves is really annoying. I've never done it myself, but I've experienced it quite a bit, even though I've just started the competitive game, and I've seen it lots, especially with Whimsicots. Not just from watching them on YouTube, but actually being a part of the battle. Anyways, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling again. And yeah, he goes for something and I forget what, but I'm not going to rewind and check because that's not because it would screw up the synchronization between my recorder and my video player because I don't have Sony Vegas because my computer sucks and I don't want to download a bunch of crap right now. And he goes for the I switch in my Volcarona, he goes for the stun spore and he misses, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go for my fiery dance after he misses his stun spore again, and I'm gonna eliminate the substitute and I'm gonna get a special attack boost. And I've got a text message to answer yet again because I had a bunch to answer the first time, yet I kept narrating until I got a real phone call. Anyways, I'm gonna answer this text message because you guys can just watch me get stun spored and watch me flamethrower that Whimsy got to death. And I'm back, and that's exactly what happened. Didn't you see? Were you paying attention? Was it too silent for too long? I don't care. Just shut up. I use flamethrower, knock the thing out. He sends out his Politoed, and it's not safe for Volcarona anymore, so I have to withdraw him and send out my Ninetales. I think that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for the whole battle so far. Yeah, I do. Go for the money, because this Ninetales is worth like 50 bucks, you know. Wouldn't you pay for a dog that has like 9 tails and can breathe fire? 50 bucks? That's a bargain. Anyways, use Ice Beam. I don't know why. Hydro Pump still would have been more effective, but I guess he didn't want to use up all his power points. Not gonna call him PP because that just sounds wrong. And yeah, there's children watching these battles, so you don't want to be using inappropriate language around them. And yeah, he sends out his Porygon 2 to take a flamethrower. Ha ha! You're not getting hit empowered again this time. So he's getting a max power flamethrower, which is still crap, but he gets to burn the residual damage, and that's good. That's good. He has like maybe 23% of his HP left, so I go for a substitute. I know he can't break it because he used recover, and I think he's gonna switch out right here and send out his Politoed. I'm just getting ahead of myself like every single time. Every time I try to say something, I get ahead of myself. I have to keep talking to make up for it. And it's just rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling, and I should shut up. But he withdraws his Porygon too. And now I'm carrying my rambling into the battle, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. He sends out his Politoed so he can Hydro Pump me, but I go for the Flamethrower because that Flamethrower was supposed to hit his Porygon too, but yeah, he switched out. And so he goes for the Hydro Pump right here, I believe. And right as he does it, I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, and I'm going to switch right out of there. My Will-O-Wisp doesn't miss this time, which is good. That thing needs to be burned. His attack isn't going to be lowered, it's just going to give him residual damage, which is good because I don't have anything to knock that Politoed out. Because, yeah, it's the Sun team. He gets the Hydro Pump, it hits, he gets a critical hit, and my substitute fades away. I get my HP restore, and I have to switch the heck out of there. Because Ninetales doesn't want to get hit with a Hydro Pump in the rain. That would be overkill. It'd probably kill him over like 5 times in a row at max HP with max special defense. Well, it probably wouldn't anyway. And it doesn't matter. He withdraws his Politoed as I send my Venusaur in, and he goes for his Tornadus. And he's going to go for the Hurricane right here. But I predict it, send out my Donphan. I know it's going to get knocked down to its sturdy 1 HP thing. And I know it's going to do that. And yeah, I keep getting ahead of myself. I'm not a very good narrator right now. Goes for the Hurricane. He knocks me down to 1 HP, and Hockey has Ice Shard. Like, you know how there's ice and ice hockey? Or hockey. Shut up. There's ice and hockey, and I don't even know why I said that. I just thought of it right now. I just felt like naming something hockey because I love hockey, and it knows an ice move. So, yeah, I don't know how an elephant thing can learn a move like that. Yeah, I get it down past half. He uses hidden power, knocks me out, and he gets his life orb damage, which is good. Cause yeah, I go for the Ninetales. He's gonna taunt me after I get my drought up, and yeah, it goes for the taunt. Come here, boy. That's what that finger is saying. It's saying, come here, boy. And I can't use substitute. I don't know why I was gonna use substitute. Probably be better off for me to attack it straight up anyway. He goes for the hurricane, misses, because hurricane's only 100% accurate in the rain, which is why he has that on his team. And yeah, with the sun up, I believe it's only 50. Or was that with sandstorm? Maybe both. I don't know. I don't feel like checking. I knock him out with flamethrower, get my leftovers restore, and he sends out his Omostar. He's. I don't feel like I'm gonna try not to get ahead of myself this time because I know what he's gonna do, and I don't really feel like saying it till it happens. Yeah, it's gonna happen now. He's Shell Smash, and I'm gonna just solar beam that thing away. Oh my. Oh, I just got ahead of myself again. I guess there's like nothing really to talk about when he's just setting up and with the leftovers and poison and burn and stuff like that. There's nothing really to talk about besides just reading what it says on the screen. I don't know, I'm rambling again. I go for the solar beam and I KO that thing in one hit because he forgot about my Venusaur's chlorophyll, which is awesome. That Omastar faints and it falls through the middle of the ground. They should probably animate that better in future games so it doesn't look like the Pokemon's falling through the ground. He sends out his Politoed. I don't care. He starts raining. He uses Hydro Pump and he hits and my Venusaur takes it like a boss because he's a grass type even though it's raining, and yeah, doesn't really take it like a boss, but I just knocked the thing out with a Sludge Bomb so I win the weather war. So yeah, good game, Politoed. Just kidding. I hate Politoads. They're annoying. Anyway, well, they're only annoying when you're fighting, when you're trying to get your sun or your sand up, either or when you're using fire Pokemon or stuff like that. He sends out a Scizor, goes for his Swords Dance, and yeah, I don't know what kind of hidden power my Venusaur has, so I just went with it, hoping it was hidden power fire, but it wasn't, and it didn't do anything. It's not very effective. See, now I'm just reading off the screen because I don't know what to talk about. And he gets leftovers restore, so I switch the heck out of there and go for a fire type move just to one hit KO that thing because I don't want him setting up on me anymore. Because if he does, if he gets like 3 Swords Dances, that's +6, and he'll just sweep the rest of my team, which isn't good. So yeah, he goes for the Swords Dance again. His attack rose sharply, and he gets his leftovers restore. He's pretty much at full health again. I don't know, I can barely see that. It's like 1 HP or something. Goes for the Bullet Punch, and he knocks me way down further than it should, because that Bullet Punch is overpowered because it's 2 Swords Dances, and it's a Scizor, and it's Stab, and it's base 40 attack, which isn't that good, but all that extra stuff, it makes it a really good move. And I go for the Flamethrower, and I knock the thing out. I don't know why I used Bullet Punch. I could use a stronger move against me. Like, I don't know. He sends out his Porygon 2, and he gets a Trace thingy, he gets a Flame Body. I'm not going to attack with any physical moves because I don't have anything that can use physical moves right now, I don't think. Yeah, all I've got left is my Ninetales and some other thing I forget. I can't remember. This battle's way too long. So I set up the money, cash flowing everywhere, and he gets his burn damage before I send him out. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know why I said that now. I go for the Flamethrower. He goes for the Tri-Attack after this, I believe. Oh, no, he goes for the Toxic and he hits, which sucks. But the battle's almost over. See, there's only like 23 seconds left or something. So yeah, this is his last Pokemon, I believe. And he gets hurt by the burn. I go for the Flamethrower. And that is goodbye Porygon 2. And that's the game. So I just finished a 14-minute